So we were talking about AKs, and I realized that we weren't live. So, but yeah. So here's the parts kit. Let's see if I can. No, this is all editing. Hold on.
So you put it together today?
And put its first mag through it today.
Sweet.
Preview. Okay. So that's what I use to build it. All the parts and kit and everything. That's pushing the barrel pin out. That's a little closer view of it. There's the barrel pin removed. That is underneath the trunnion right here is the barrel.
Are we supposed to be seeing photos?
Oh, sorry. I'm not sharing.
I've just seen your face, and I mean,
yeah, that's not pretty.
Oh, infinity.
All right. So that's the barrel pin removed. And this is underneath the barrel. It's right here. Here's the trunnion. I'm getting ready to push the barrel out. And that's it. There's a rod here and this brass piece right here that goes on your into your barrel, and you just push it straight out. A little closer view. And that's the barrel removed. And last night you were saying about the barrel pin. See this cutout right here, this U shape? In the bottom of the picture?
yeah, I know about the barrel
Okay.
pin. I think it was somebody else that was asking about it.
Yeah, that's me starting to set the rivets in the bottom jig. And then here is the receiver. And right here, let's see, do I have it on the next one now? I have the trigger guard under it, and I'm missing the safety stop. So I start to push it, and I realize, oh crap, so I come down here and I start grinding off the rivets. And I didn't hit my magazine release a little bit, so I'll have to grab a blue pin and re-blue it. And that's the safety stop. So that took probably, it probably took an extra hour and a half to grind those rivets off. And
How well did those blue pins work? They work pretty good.
They're okay.
I mean, you're not going to get any kind of like Smith and Wesson, 1960s. No. But I mean, for touching up something,
I think it would do fine. I really haven't used it. I'll go ahead and use it on this and let you know.
I have like an old milsurp that's got a little ding on it that I put there, and so every time I look at it, it makes me like grit my teeth.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where if I took a blue pin, it probably wouldn't show up, but it would. I wouldn't see it as much, so it wouldn't make me like want to scream every time I look at what I did.
I get you.
So I've always wondered if they work very well or not.
So this picture is inside the trunnion. I'm setting my very first rivet on the trunnion. This top rivet is just there to make sure all the lines, all the holes stay lined up.
So where are you building this at? I'm sorry, I just jumped in.
This was in my garage this morning.
Oh, wow. You didn't take a class or anything? You're doing this all?
Yep. I do want to take a fuller class just so I can learn how to build the front end of it and make sure everything's aligned. That was a random picture.
What kind of rivets are you using?
The AK builder. Yeah, leaded rivets.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. This is actually my third rivet. I always do the front two rivets, then I start working back. So that rivet's done. The front rivet on the bottom side is done. This rivet is just like last time, is I just hold it in place. I'm doing the second rivet right there. I don't know what I was trying to show there. But there's putting my magazine in there, and I made sure that I want to, since it's a 5.45, the tolerances are a lot closer to pick up around. So at this time, I went ahead and put my bolt and bolt carrier in, and make sure I would strip rounds off the magazine. So.
Well, let me ask you a question. It seems like you actually know what you're doing with your AKs here.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Zastava, the OPAP. It's built off the RPK receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice rifle. I mean, it's a nice rifle. But the only I didn't really know it was a complaint, but the only thing I've heard from some people is that if you pull my bolt, my action all the way back and let it go slowly, like ride it, it'll stick and it'll stay open.
Is it halfway down or is it at the very, very back?
No, it's like halfway back in the battery.
It's riding on your G2 trigger. Your trigger has some two. I could go over there and grab. Hold on a second. I'll grab my other trigger and I'll show you what's happening. So just a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, Pat, yeah, and I see. I paid. I got mine for 500. Moon.
Yeah, they got an AMD 65 too for $499.
And see, the OPAPs are the nicer ones. There's a lot of NPAPs that are still coming in, but I've heard the OPAPs you can't get anymore.
Yeah, this one, I don't know where they got both of these because neither of them are in Century's catalog for this year, the AMD or the OPAP. So,
all right.
But it's the wood's stripped and it's got the bulged receiver. So, but they're both new in box, so they must have had them or got them from somewhere.
You see this? It's actually riding on your hammer, not your trigger.
Yeah,
so,
I'm locked in on you now. Okay.
See this corner right here?
Yep.
Right there. That's probably what it's hanging on.
Mm-hmm.
There's usually sharp corners. If you take like a real light Dremel or some sandpaper and knock that corner off, a lot of times it'll just ride over it, and it'll be fun. That's probably what it's hanging on.
Well, that won't affect the functionality, taking that corner off?
No. Fuller, if you go to his YouTube page, he actually has a something to help make your action smoother, and he does that.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I don't have. I mean, the gun shoots flawlessly. I don't have any issues, but I've noticed if I pull it back, and let it go real slow, it'll catch right there and it'll stay open.
And of course, it's made to grab it, yank it back, and let go, just like on a pistol. You're not going to grab top of a slide and bring it back and then slowly let it forward.
Right,
It's made to slingshot that thing. So just, be a man and, treat the AK like it's meant to be treated.
ALG is, when their AK trigger comes out, if it's from being that it's from ALG, it'll probably be around the $60 mark, maybe less.
Is that the new Geisley?
Yeah, it's the Geisley, and so however it comes, it'll probably be resurfaced like he was just talking about. I can't imagine it not being like smoothed up and cleaned up so that you get a better travel like he was talking about.
Yeah, I heard the Geisley's supposed to be phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't wait to get I'm gonna put one of those in there as soon as I get my hands on it.
ALG is their budget department or whatever you want to call it. It's their so.
And I heard it's they actually have two triggers for it. One's I think like $40 or $50 price range. The other one's only supposed to be like $20 more. So, but yeah. So after doing my magazine, I went ahead and did the rear rivets right here. I had modified those. Those were extremely long, so I actually had to trim them down on the inside so you can't see it. And then that is the rear rivet for the rear trunnion. And there's the finished rivet. And that's how I riveted it. It's the attachment. Real close up. And there's the finished product for the rivet. You guys still with me, or?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure that I didn't get lost or something.
Yeah, I was appalled that there's scratches and the bluing's worn out.
That is brass though. That's already off.
That's good.
This is the tool that you use to help push the barrel back in, and that's the front trunnion. This is where the magazine hits. So you just put it like that, and then you put a bar stock through it right there. Actually, no. Yeah, next one. Put the bar stock through it, and you push down here on the muzzle. So I just put my muzzle device on it so I don't mess up the crown. And there's pushing it in. And then one of these pictures, yeah. I was almost there, so I was just gauging, making sure I didn't go too far in that one. But this one, you can see I went just a little too far, so I had to push the barrel back out. And I also noticed that it was canted a little bit, so I actually pushed the barrel all the way out, fixed the cant, and pushed it all the way back in. And that was the finished gun without the barrel pin in. And I just push the barrel pin back. And there it is. And that's finished. And that was right before I shot it. So I did a quick mag dump, checked everything over, and it's good to go.
So after, I don't know, 2 years at least of major issues with my Glock, and at least 5 or 6 Glock armorers having looked at it and talked to me about it and stuff and given me huge lists of stuff that could be causing my problems. Fucking DB Cooper nails it the other night without like even thinking about it. Just in 2 seconds, he's like, "Hey, what's your serial number?" And I got one of the ones with the soft extractors. Like one of the only parts I never changed out.
Is it the MIM extractor?
Yep, it's like you can see it where the little spring-loaded piece that holds it in place is like digging a hole in it because it's harder than the actual extractor. And I got all kinds of new stuff in it, and it's still tossing rounds like right on. They're landing on my head when it ejects them. I was looking at.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked because after all this time and all this stress and stuff, and not having the proper gun and so on, $16 part should fix it.
That's good.
I'm pretty stoked. I'm carrying our extra right now, the one that's all new and stuff, waiting for mine to get fixed.
So how hard is it to take the trigger out of an AK? I've never...
Oh, it's extremely easy. You just take your safety off, rotate it 90 degrees, pull it straight out, and then usually you'll have a pin on the left side of the receiver. They'll go down and hold your 2 lower pins in. It's like a little, kind of looks like a little spring steel, and you just grab it and yank it out, and then your 2 pins just go to the right side and push them straight out. It's not difficult at all.
So
actually,
real similar to the way an AR disassembles.
Kind of, but you're for your hammer spring, you're gonna have to bring those up and you fold them up behind your hammer, and make sure that a lot of people will take and put a 12 gauge shotgun around that, and it fits just perfectly, or else you will get what Rob Ski calls snake bit. Those are under extreme tension, and if those go outside your hammer and your hand's down there, you will have that spring in your body.
You should look into installing one of these, Stone Guy. It'll make everything. If you take the trigger out, put something else in, and you got that big old, I don't know. If you got the big old paper clip in there, which is a pain in the ass, you buy one of these, and it basically makes it a breeze to install and uninstall your AK trigger.
That is a must. That
Oh, yeah,
retaining pin.
for $10, hell, why not?
And you can actually find them cheaper than that.
You pull your top cover off, and you pull your bolt and bolt carrier out, and you'll see the paper clip we're talking about. It's basically the retention. It retains the pins and the receiver, and it's a royal pain in the rear end to work with. But this thing,
So you replace that paper clip with this thing?
Yeah, and it's like a breeze.
Yeah, it is. It really is a breeze. I mean,
Oh, well, hell, I'll just get one of those.
Just make sure it's. I think it'll work. You got an OPEP, right?
Yeah.
It says right there, will not work with new model Yugoslavian rifles. So
it's usually because of the rear trunnion. A lot of times, what you could do is you could a Dremel tool and you could chop that off and make it fit.
I'm sure somebody out there this link may not be the right one, but I'm sure if you type in like OPAP trigger pin retaining plate or something, somebody out there will have one. In fact, I'm gonna look at that right now.
So mine falls in the category of a newer model.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, out in the gun channels chat, they're talking about the M4, M4 4N. Oh, they're talking about a 4N adapter, not the M4 adapter. Never mind. And guys ask me, can you just beat the front sight if it's canted? If it's already installed and everything, and your rear sight is true, you can push your pins out, straighten your front sight, and then re-drill your pins, your pinholes, and then push your pins back in. From what I understand, I've never done it. So I've always gotten the ones that are all built up, and I never had to mess with them. So what everybody else do today? Anybody go shooting, or is everyone working?
I'm sorting Molly here. I got a huge load of random Blackhawk strike gear for in trade for a knife, and I'm trying to get it sorted out and priced on eBay and shit.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I went to the park and flew my quad around. It handled the 10, 15 mile an hour winds easily.
I'm only going to go shoot green tips tomorrow.
Hey, that's the way to go for St. Patty's Day.
This one might work. I don't know. You might want to read the reviews. Make sure. I would imagine that the MPAP and the OPAP are probably internally the same. I would imagine. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I don't see how it could be any different internally. But I think one of the reviews down there said a guy used it on his MPAP. Oh yeah, here's a guy right here. It says Heads up for anyone installing this power custom pin retaining plate in a Yugo M70, MPAP, or OPAP. It fits perfectly without modification.
That's good.
It says, be advised, the Tapco pin retaining plate will not fit the Yugos.
Nope, there's a lot more meat in the back end.
Yeah, here, freaking $5, man. I'm telling you. I got the Krebs one, and it made my life a lot easier pulling crap in and out of the guts of my AK.
Because that paper clip, it snakes down all up in front of your hammer pin, and then you gotta snake it down to your trigger pin, and then you gotta. It's just a pain in the ass. Just don't.
Wow. Almost all the reviews but one about this plate are 5 and 4 star reviews, except for one review.
I have one that's very, very similar to that in my pistol.
Nice. Yeah. I was thinking earlier today, man, I don't know how much money they can make off this. I know they'd have to charge more, but if Magpul, with their plastic AK furniture they're coming out with now, if they did like a limited run or a small batch run of that and bakelite in like plum and red or orange bakelite, with the same molds that they're using, their new style grip and everything, and all the other plastic parts they make. But if they made that out of bakelite instead of the plastic they use, they would make a fortune off AK nerds.
That's very true.
Tell me you wouldn't buy a brand new Magpul, like cool guy, like furniture set, but like they make now, but in orange bakelite. I'd buy 2 just to have them for later.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm reading through a bunch of this stuff like I was going to get one of those safeties selectors from Krebs. And again, it says it will not fit the Yugo. What's the deal with this, with my fucking rifle, man? Why is everything not... I don't get it.
AKs aren't ARs, they're just different. They're all different. I mean, different countries make different styles.
Well, the Yugos have like the least amount of third-party support, I guess you can say.
Yeah, well, they're the most weird too. I mean, they have the most weird, like, proprietary type stuff.
That and most of their receivers are 1.5 millimeter thick instead of 1.
That's the biggest thing you're gonna run into.
Yeah, like mine's got the heavier receiver. It's a lot heavier, longer stock.
Yeah, I'm looking through some stuff, seeing if there is a safety for OPAP.
Because I thought that was cool, that bolt hole thing from Krebs. That looked pretty neat.
I mean, it's on the NPAP, so I guess somebody's got to have one. Maybe you can just call Sentry and say, "Give me an NPAP safety selector."
Are the ends made out of the RPK receiver?
No.
So that must be the big difference then.
Yeah, your receiver's thicker, so it's not, the tolerances are going to be different.
Yeah.
Yours has the cutout to hold the bolt to the rear, right?
I think so.
It doesn't? I thought they came with...
I don't know. It might.
No, the NPAPs have that, but the OPAPs don't.
I'll just Google search it. Somebody else might.
Yeah, I'll just figure it out. Give me something to play with. I'm just getting into AKs. This is my first one. I just got a few months back, so.
Some guy in Sandy. What is this?
Ooh, some bakelites.
Man, some guy in Sandy, why are you peeing on my Cheerios?
Talking about the bakelite?
Yeah, it's toxic?
Bakelites will give you nut cancer.
Well, I better stop chewing on my mags.
It's especially toxic when you heat it or use it for anything.
Oh,
You know,
so having it in the front handguard on a rifle is probably a bad idea. Oh man. Guess I have to go find some BPA-free fucking handguards for my AK now. So go out. I'll go to like Whole Foods or REI and try to pick one up.
They'll make whole AKs out of hemp, like Up in Smoke. How they made
Oh,
that
yeah.
van.
Damn, dude. All that bakelite shit. I have a canteen that's got a bakelite lid.
Well, just don't heat it up, and you're good.
Just ruined my day, Sandy. Ruined my day.
So I also took my AR out and got home, took it apart, and I realized one of my gas rings is shot. It's only probably about 2/3 there.
What kind
So
of bolt do you have?
just a standard bolt.
Like, I mean, who manufactured it?
I'm not sure on that one.
I've never seen a gas ring. I've heard of it happen. I've never seen one go out.
Here, let me grab it.
That's weird. I mean, I know it happens. I just never seen it.
Well, I was putting some. What was it? On Saturday, I was testing, or no, yesterday I was testing out some loads, and I put a load through it, and I noticed that there's pressure signs on the case, and I didn't even look at my bolt.
So you may have overgassed it or something.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see if this will focus.
Is it MP like, magnetic
Yeah,
particle,
that's not going to focus.
all that shit?
This one I think it is.
It should have it stamped on. If it is, it'll have it stamped on it somewhere.
Okay, then it's not.
But see, I don't think that would have any effect on the rings, though. That's just the bolt itself.
Yeah, if I can get this ring out, I'll show you guys. Oh yeah, it came right out.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's like halfway gone.
Yep.
Good luck reinstalling those things. They're kind of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. So I put. I mean, they're coming out all right. Coming out kind of real nice and easy. But yeah, so I swapped bolts for my home defense rifle. So now one's an Ares Armors bolt carrier. So, but yeah, and this was the closest to the actual bolt face. So that's. I think I overgassed it just a little bit. The other two look fine.
Guess I'm not gonna be buying any more bakelite magazines. Jesus. I had no idea my AK could kill me and the other guy at the same time.
Ooh, these are warped a little bit. Guess my next midway order, I'm going to have a ton of those. Oh, so how was the Walking Dead chat?
It was alright. I got there halfway when it was over, so as usual.
I only got to watch about 10 minutes of it. I was running my ass off today. Let's see. Anybody out in the gun channels have any questions or topics you want us to talk about? Put a bolt back in the ring edge catches. Huh. Talking about my Sinister said sometimes when you put the bolt back in, the ring's edge catches on the edge and bends and leads to this. So I'll have to watch that next time.
Sounds like
So,
sounds like you had too hot of a sounded like.
Yeah, I was chronographing those, and it was a 62 grain bullet moving at just under 3,000 feet a second. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But you know, if I could move my 55 grain bullets at 29, there's no pressure signs, so I'll just back it off a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
I mean, well, like 5.56 will run out of that barrel at 3,000, like green tips.
Well, the barrel's not what I would worry about.
Yeah.
You're gonna see, yeah, you'd see it in the rings or the gas tube before you saw it in the barrel.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think, I don't know.
Well, and I just thought, you know, I'd see pressure signs on my case, which I did once I put the 62 grain pill in there at 3,000 feet. So I'll back it. You know, I was going to back it off to about 2,800 because that's what 223 runs out of that barrel at. So
There's a good deal that
a bit.
unfortunately it's sold out right now, but I'm sure they'll get more in. They always get new shit in, but that was a pretty good deal for what you get.
Oh, what is it? Redirecting. Yeah.
That's one of these freaking people in the lobby in here. Shit.
Or underwear. Jeez.
See you out there, Edge. You know you want to get in here.
I'll go ahead and post it out there again in case anyone else wants to come in and enjoy our silence.
Yeah, sorry, I'm reading all kinds of crap trying to figure out prices.
Oh, don't worry about it. You'll pipe up whenever you hear something that intrigues you.
Wow. You gotta be kidding me. Ha.
What's going on?
You know, one of those smart criminals.
That's all you have to say.
Don't talk about Edge that way, man. We're live.
I mean, I can't tell from the photo, but because the guy is really well disguised.
Oh wow, really? I'm just gonna read the title. Man spray paints face black in attempt to evade arrest, police say. And I'll give you one choice of what
That's racist.
color he is.
Racist.
I guess he's trying just to blend in with himself.
He's Spanish or Latino of some nature. He's probably trying to freaking camouflage himself in the night or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think he was trying to do some Amos and 1920s Amos and Andy shit. Wow. Don't worry, it's just as dull out in the lobby as it is in here.
Yeah, I'm flipping back and forth between just looking at stuff. I found gas rings at Midway, but they're $2 a piece
Yeah.
for something that probably costs half a cent to make, and I just dropped it. There he is.
That's why they cost $2 a piece.
Yeah. Everyone has to make their money. Okay, Edge and Quark, you're both. No, sorry, not Quark. Edge is out there. He needs to get his butt in here. Some of these guys really need to get in here. Let's see. Mags. Still $12 for a PMag. Gen 2, but still. Which I understand, you know, Gen 2, Gen 3, they both work the same. I could care less.
You need to shop around. I just found gas rings for $2 for all three. Brownells got them $2.19 for 3.
Okay, I'm heading out there right now.
Bravo Company's got them $3 for 3.
Well, I'm also, if I make an order, because I don't want to sit there and just pay shipping on gas rings, you know, I'm kind of looking for some Duracoat as well.
Yeah.
Man, I finally got some experience with cerakote, and I am fucking blown away. Absolutely blown away.
Really?
I've got 3 knives now. I just sold a knife that I did a whole bunch of cardboard cutting with a cerakoted blade, and I've been carrying a Benchmade with a cerakoted blade for a while now. And it is a seriously tough finish. I can't speak to Duracoat because I've never played with it, so I can't tell you whether it's good or not.
No.
Having some serious use, like everybody in the knife world knows, there's no knife finish that lasts. Like there's nothing out there that lasts on a knife blade. And so far, the cerakote's the best I've seen.
I have a tonsil upstairs that's Duracoated black. And I know
Have you beat it up or done any cutting with it or anything?
No, it's a Polish tonsil AK. I really haven't beat it up all that much, but the finish is fine on it.
Yeah, I know guns wear a lot because they get handled a lot more. Like you don't handle your blade the way you handle the frame of your pistol or whatever, the rifle, whatever it is.
Right.
But I'm just blown away. Like I said, I've been a knife collector since I was 8 years old, and I'm absolutely blown away with the finish that Cerakote provides.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do this, Duracoat because one of my AKs is just spray painted, and the barrel's in the white, so I want to kind of get all that spray paint off because I just did that to see what it would look like. So I'm going to rip all that off, and I don't want to rip it off until I'm ready to, within a day or two, get another covering over that barrel. So, shaking spray finishing kit. Yeah, and I heard that Cerakote really doesn't work very well with heat and barrels, but Duracoat will withstand it.
Yeah, it's not true at all.
It's not true?
No, it's not. It's heat applied.
Oh, okay.
It's baked on. I mean, it's used so it doesn't bake off.
Right.
I mean, I could be slightly wrong on the difference between the two, but I know for sure Cerakote doesn't have any trouble with heat. I've seen some pretty hot Cerakoted guns. I've never played with them personally. Again, I can't really speak to stuff I haven't done personally, but I've seen them shot pretty hot.
Okay.
Choose.
I am mistaken.
Well, like I said, comparatively, it might be a big difference, but I don't know enough about Duracoat to speak to that. Like, Duracoat might be much better. I've never. One of the tougher finishes I'd used in the past was I can't think of the word now. Textured paint, like sandstone, and they have all kinds of weird, like gritty, weird paints you can buy. And I had some really, really good luck with those. I also had really, really good luck mixing glass powder in with the paints. Like just you spray a heavy layer of paint on, then you sprinkle glass powder or spray glass powder over it, then more layers of paint, and that builds up such a resistance. It's hard to chip it. Like it doesn't chip away the same way.
Oh, that's cool.
Finishes are kind of an obsession of mine. Right now, I'm big on bead blasting stuff.
Understand with what you do, I could definitely see how that's a big interest to you.
Well, yeah, it's like an eternal struggle in the knife world. Like everyone wants a black blade or a dark gray blade or something, and nothing ever stays. Same thing in the gun world. I mean, and anything but brush finish. Eventually, you wear it down. Even regular soft holster wear, it'll wear down to shiny. So brushed finish is pretty much the only thing you can do that'll stay the consistent.
Yeah. Now I don't mind where. I just want to get something on this barrel.
Gotcha.
So might just have to order straight from Duracoat. That's what I did last time. Yeah, Polish tunnel, and I sprayed the hand guard, and I shouldn't have. I need to pick myself up another tonsil hand guards, top and lower hand guard. So I think it looked really cool, all black and just this bakelite just standing out. ballistic expansion's out there. Island's out there. Hey, Dan, why don't you get in here? See him up there in the chat. So what kind of Blackhawk stuff did you get? So Amazon has some gas rings, but sold by Extreme Precision LLC. Never heard of them, not going to buy them. Rock River Arms. Repair kit. Must be dead in the chat too. Come on, Bravo Company website. Wow. So Chris and Huck are both away from keyboards, so it's just me. Literally just me on this thing. Wow. So anyone out in the chat?
I'm back, but
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
go.
That's
I came back to see that. I hear you say that. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, I
all
gotta
right.
go. I gotta go eat something before it's too late. So,
No problem.
well, this We'll blame everybody in the lobby for not supporting this chat.
Yeah, someone's like, "Hey, is there gonna be a chat going?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll open a chat," and then nothing. So I may just share my my page, and if someone wants to pipe in, they'll pipe in. If not, oh well.
Oh, I might be back later, a couple hours. So have a good night if I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be asleep by then. So.
All right, well, have a good night.
All right, good night. All right. Let's see. Oops. What is extractor? What are we gonna have? Extractor spring upgrade. Let's see how much I have in my account if I want to go for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go for about another 10 minutes. If no one else shows up, I'll go ahead and I guess cut it off. That's if there's 12 people listening to this. So I have a link out in gun channels. So if you guys want to join, just hop on in. Gotta make sure. Not live. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna shut this down. No one's showing up, so. Well, hopefully all of you guys have a good night.